Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, our website, or our social media. Reach out to me directly, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a watch launched in 2005, an early example from Bethune. It is the DBS-R. The DBS-R, featuring the company's in-house caliber, one of the earliest iterations of it, as well as many proprietary and patented innovations. It is rose gold and, as the tail of the tape dictates, 42.5 millimeters in diameter, but it doesn't wear quite that large because first it's rather thin at 10.8 millimeters thick, and then it's also rather short from lug to lug at 45.9 millimeters, and it also features an uncommon combination of conventional and hinge style lugs. Now, throwing it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see the timepiece from the manufacturer in La Berson is remarkably flat. It looked chunky when I showed it to you in profile, but it actually sits very low on the wrist and would slide easily underneath the cuff. The timepiece is extravagant in design and extroverted. Nevertheless, it's not very big across the wrist. I can recommend this for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, precisely because it is so comfortable and short across the wrist. It is substantial though. With a principally solid case back, there is a lot of precious metal here, and the watch feels its price, which I find to be delightful. The timepiece includes a alligator leather strap, large rectangular scale. You can see semi-gloss black with a folded edge and a monotone stitch, and then underneath it is double alligator leather. You can see that it is small round scale on the bottom, and this is designed to last longer than the more conventional calfskin underlay. You'll also note the unconventional binding of the strap to the hinge style lug. Everything about this watch is extravagant, different, and special. It is handmade in every regard. It even has design parallelism right down to the form of the pin buckle itself, which is designed to echo the ogival or torpedo style lugs, which are the only remnant of the original DB1 chronograph on this DBS. The DB1 came out in 2002. This watch launched in 2005, and you can see that the Bethune look in the early days, penned by co-founder David Zanetta, evolved rather quickly, and this is halfway between the original DB1 and the well-known form of the DB28 that we have today. So the watch is all in rose gold, all in high polish. There's a pusher adjuster on the flank for actuating the moon phase, which, as you will note, is spherical, one half in white palladium, one half in blued steel. We have blued titanium spheres acting as the indices for the hours, and that bluing process is patented by the company. The crown is extravagant, and as you can see, it features multiple knurling patterns as well as a drilled flank, and it is a screw down, so this is a particularly resolute 30 meters of water resistance. The race for the hour track, as you can see, is both toroidal and slightly vaulted, so it has almost a camber to it on the top. It is entirely media blasted, and its mute tones contrast nicely with the polish of the case, as well as the cap of the barrel bridge at center. The 360 degree, the full spherical moon phase has an adjustment interval of 122 years, and yes, the moon phase also is patented. Two mainspring barrels. On this early version of the caliber 2004, we have a 5-day power reserve, and it beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. Additional patented features: triple parachute shock protection, so you have a spring on each side of the full balance bridge, as well as the Inca block for the balance staff at the center. Another patented feature, you could see that there is a non-annular yoke-shaped titanium and precious metal balance. So this is a balance of the company's own design. It has over half a dozen patented balance designs. The idea is a minimal coefficient of thermal reaction, so it won't shrink or expand with hot or cold, and an attempt to reduce aerodynamic drag while moving all of the mass to the outside, to the rim of the balance. That's why the precious metal is outboard. The hairspring, you'll note, is actually a bi-element, so two pieces clamped together, designed to beat concentrically like an overcoil, but without the shock susceptibility of an overcoil. All of this, as you can see, with a remarkable set of traditionally finished components. Nothing is overlooked here, as we have black polished screws, a black polished steel bridge in delta form at center, satination as well as beveling and polishing on the sides, of the springs of the triple parachute, a complete specular finish that is mirrored and rounded balance bridge, and you can see the Côte de Bethune, which are a very fine and deeply grained Côte de Genève with mirrored beveling on the edge of the bridges. So this is all traditional high horology finish. It does have a high beat rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour, and as you can see, there is a power reserve indicator on the reverse side, a straight up and down, and of course production is low. At its peak, de Bethune during the 2000s was making about 450 watches a year. Today, it makes about 150 watches a year, which means a model from the company in any era is extraordinarily scarce. This is handcrafted Swiss horology at its best, but with an eye firmly directed toward the future. Possibly my favorite and easily one of the most innovative independents. This is a company to watch and a company on the rise. The brainchild of Zanetta and Denis Flageolet, a watchmaking peer, and I might even say challenger to the reputation of F. P. Journe. You have to know Denis Flageolet and de Bethune watches. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing and purchase.